Hello everyone, myself Krishna. In this video, I am going to explain about all the PDF activities in UiPath Studio and how we can extract invoice details using split string manipulation function and GenAI activities. So let's get started. Get PDF page count activity. If you want to work with PDF files in the UiPath Studio, we need to install uipath.pdf.activities in the project dependencies. By default, this package is not available in the dependencies. So we need to install in the manage packages. So we need to click on manage packages, click on all packages, search for PDF. Then we will have a package uipath.pdf.activities package. Select the package, click on install and click on save. Now the package got installed. Go to the activities, search for PDF. So these are all the activities for the PDF automation. If we want to know all the pages count in the input PDF file, we can use the get PDF page count activity. So for this activity, in the file name section, we need to select the input PDF file path. So in the properties, we have a password property. In case if the input PDF file is password protected, we need to mention the password. And in case if the input PDF file is not password protected, then we can keep it as a blank. The output of the get PDF page count activity will return the integer. So let me create a variable int page count. So let me take one log message to display the extracted page count. So in the message section, I'm going to write in a message total pages into page count dot to string, right? So let's save and run the process and verify the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So in the output panel, we can see the total page count as 3. So let me open the input PDF file. So this is the input PDF file. So I'm just opening. So here we have 3 pages are available, right? Extract images from PDF activity. If we want to save all the images in the input PDF file, we can use the extract images from PDF activity. So for this activity, in the file name section, we need to select the input PDF file path. So here in the output folder name section, we need to mention the destination folder path. So here I am going to mention the destination folder path as images. Basically, I have created this images folder under project directory. So let's click on save. So here again we have a password property. So if input PDF file is password protected, we need to mention the password here. Image extension means the available images in the input PDF file with what extension you wanted to save, right? So here we have few options are available. So as per our requirement, we can select the file extension. I am selecting the PNG. So let's open the input PDF file. So this is the input PDF file. So in each page we have a one image is available. So total we have 3 images are available. So in the images folder, so we don't have any images, right? Now let's save and run the process and verify the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's go to the images folder. So the three images has been saved, and if I right click and go to the properties, so the file extension is PNG, right? Export PDF page as image activity. If you want to save PDF page as image, we can use the export PDF page as image activity. So for this activity, in the file name section, we need to select the input PDF file path. In the output file name section, we need to mention the image complete destination path with extension. So here I am going to mention the image path as images slash test.png. So here we can select different file extensions. So in the extract images from PDF activity, in the image extensions, we have different file extensions are available, right? The output file name will support these all file extensions. Then we have a password property. In case if the input PDF file is password protected, we need to mention the password here. In case if the PDF file is not password protected, we can keep it as a blank. Then we have a image dip. So this will specify the image quality. So the low number image dip will give us the low quality of image, and higher number will give us the good quality of image. Then we need to mention the page number, what page number you wanted to save as image. So here I am mentioning the page number as 2. If I run the process, the second PDF page will going to save as an image in the images folder with the test name, and the file extension would be .png, right? So let's save and run the process and verify the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's go to the images folder. So the test image got created. So here we have a second page, right? Now let's see how we can save all the PDF pages are available in the input PDF file into the images. To do that, first we need to know how many pages are available in the input PDF file. So for that I am going to take get PDF page count activity. So we need to select the input PDF file path. Then we need to mention the variable, take repeat number of times activity. So in the repeat number of times section, I am going to pass into page count. In the body section, I am going to move this export PDF page as image. So in the page number section, I am mentioning the current item, right? So in the output file name section, I am going to save the each page with the page number. So for that, I am going to change the expression page space current item dot to string, then the file extension dot png, right? Now let's save and run the process and verify the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's go to the images folder. Three images has been saved with page numbers, right? Page 1, page 2, page 3. Extract PDF page range activity. If you want to create a new PDF file based on one or more pages in the input PDF file, we can use the extract PDF page range activity. For this activity, in the file name section, we need to select the input PDF file path. So let me open the input PDF file path that I have selected. So this is the input PDF file I have selected. In this input PDF file, we have 10 pages are available. In the output file name section, we need to mention the destination file path, like with what name you wanted to save the new file. So here I'm going to mention the destination file path as test range 1.pdf. In the properties, we have password section is available. In case if the input PDF file is password protected, we need to mention the password here. Then we have a range, like what pages information you wanted to select. The page range we can select in multiple ways. So let's say I wanted to select first page, third page and fifth page. So we can mention the each page as comma separated, right? Or else if you want to select the second page to fifth page, we can mention the range as 2 hyphen 5. Or else if you want to select the page range from sixth page to end page, we can mention 6 hyphen end. So let's say if you want to select all the pages, we can mention all, right? So in this scenario, I wanted to select first page to third page, and then I want to select fifth page, and then sixth page, and then from eighth page to end page, right? So that means except fourth page and seventh page, with remaining all the pages, I wanted to create a new PDF file, right? So let's click on save. So let's run the process and verify the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's go to the inputs folder. In the inputs folder, we have a test range 1 PDF got created. So let's open the file. So page 1, page 2, page 3 and page 4 got skipped. Page 5, page 6 and 7th page got skipped. So with whatever the range that we have selected, with that range, the new PDF file got created, right? Join PDF files activity. If we want to combine multiple PDF files into one PDF file, we can use the Join PDF files activity. I have created 3 sample PDF files. So let's go to the inputs folder. So here I have created 3 PDF files, PDF1, PDF2, PDF3. In each file I just mentioned the text as PDF1, PDF2, PDF3. So let's see how we can combine these 3 PDF files into one PDF file using Join PDF Files activity in UiPath Studio. In the output file name section, we need to mention the destination file path. So here I am going to mention the destination file path as inputs slash join pdfs dot pdf. Then in the file list section, we need to mention all the files in the array format. So let me add all the files. Inputs slash pdf1.pdf, comma, pdf2 and pdf3. Click on save. If I run the process, the mentioned 3 files will going to combine, and then it will going to create a new PDF file with the name join pdf.pdf file in inputs folder, right? So let's save and run the process and verify the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's go to the inputs folder. So here join PDF file got created. So let's open the file. So we have PDF1, PDF2 and PDF3. So we've mentioned 3 PDF files So the new file got created. Manage PDF password activity. If we want to add or remove or update the password for PDF files, we can use the manage PDF password activity. Basically, for the PDFs, we have two types of passwords are available. One is user password is used to open the PDF file, and another one is owner password is used to edit and print the PDF files. So let's see how we can add, remove or update the password for the PDF files using the manage PDF password activity. For this activity, in the file name section, we need to mention the input PDF file path. So in the output file name section, we can mention the same PDF file or different PDF file path. So I am mentioning the same PDF file path. Now let's see how we can add the password for the input PDF file. So here in the new user password, so I am going to add a password 123, right? So if I run the process, the 123 password will go into add to the input PDF file to open the PDF file, right? So let's run the process and verify the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's open the input PDF file. So it is asking for the password. So let's enter the password 123. So let's click on open file. So it is opening, right? Now let's see how we can update the password. So in the old user password section, we need to mention the existing password. In the new user password section, we need to mention the updated password. So here I'm mentioning 789. So let's save and run the process. Now let's open the input PDF file. So first enter the old password, that is 123. So it is not allowed to open the PDF file. Now enter the new password 789. Now it is opening the PDF file. Now let's see how we can remove the password for the PDF file. So in the old user password section, we need to mention the existing password. Then new user password section, we should keep it as a blank, right? Then save and run the process and verify the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's open the input PDF file. So now it is not asking any password, right? In the same way, we can add, remove and update the owner password as well. Read PDF text activity. Read PDF text activity is used to extract the text from the PDF files. In case if the PDF files contains any images, from that images the read PDF text activity will not extract any information. For the read PDF text activity, in the file name section we need to select the input PDF file path. So let me open the input PDF file path that I have selected. So this is the invoice. So for this activity, we have a property preserve formatting and is of Boolean type. So this property will specify us whether you wanted to maintain a format while extracting the text from the PDF file. The format means maintaining the extra spaces, tab spaces and empty line spaces. By default, the preserve formatting is false, means it will remove extra spaces, tab spaces and empty line spaces and then it will give us the output. Then we have a range section. Here we need to mention which page information you wanted to extract. By default, it is all, it will going to extract all the pages information. If you want, we can change the range. So here in the range section, if you want to mention the page number, we can mention the page number in the double quotations. Let's say I wanted to extract page number 2, 4 and 6. We can mention comma separated. We can mention the page range as well. Let's say I wanted to extract from first page to third page and fifth page to end page. So this way we can mention the range, right? So here in this scenario, I wanted to extract all the pages information. So I am just mentioning all. The output of the read PDF text activity will give us the string output. So let me create a variable str PDF text, right? Now I wanted to save this extracted PDF text in the notepad file. So let me take a write text file activity. So in the text section I am mentioning the str PDF text variable, and in the file name section I am going to mention the invoice1.txt. Now let's save the process and run, and let's see how we will get the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's go to the inputs folder. So the invoice one text file got created. So let's open the text file. So as we are not mentioned anything for the preserve formatting property, so the data extracted by removing all the extra spaces and tab spaces and line spaces, right? Now change this value to true and then save and run the process. Let's see how we will get the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's open the invoice1.txt file. Now the data extracted the same format how the data is available in the PDF file. We have a tab space is available and extra spaces are available and empty line spaces are available, right? Read PDF with OCR activity. Read PDF with OCR activity is used to extract the text from the image-based PDF files. For this activity, in the file name section, we need to select the input PDF file path. So for this activity, we have a property degree of parallelism. It should be -1 to get the speed response. Then we have a property image DPI. So basically, read PDF with OCR activity. First, it will convert the PDF into the image, and then that image will send to the OCR activity for extracting the information. So while converting the PDF into the image DPI will help how the image quality should be. If you select the image DPI as 96, the image quality is not that good, so we might not get the better result. So if you select the higher number, that is 270, the image quality is better, then we might get a good result. Then we need to select the range. So here I wanted to extract all the pages information. Then the output of the read PDF with OCR activity will give us the string output. So let me add the variable str PDF text. Then we need to mention the OCR engine. So let me search for OCR. Here we have a different OCR options are available, and each OCR will not give the same type of response. As per our requirement, we need to check each OCR and then we need to identify which OCR is suitable for our requirement, and then we need to use that OCR. So first I am checking with Tesseract OCR. So let me take one write text file activity to save the extracted PDF text in the notepad file. So here I am going to mention str PDF text. So here in the file name I am going to save the file in the inputs folder with OCR name txt, right? And before running the process, so let me open the input file that I have selected. So this is the input file that I have selected. So here I have mentioned the some text and then I have added the invoice image. So now let's run the process and verify how we will get the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's go to the inputs folder. So here we have a tesseract OCR file got created. So this is how the tesseract OCR extracted the information from the PDF file. Now I am checking with the UiPath document OCR. So let me change the notepad file with the UiPath document OCR. Now let's save and run the process. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's go to the inputs folder. The UiPath document OCR text file got created. So let's open the file. So this is how the UiPath document OCR extracted the PDF information. Now check with the OmniPage OCR and change the name of the text file. So let's save and run the process and see how the OmniPage OCR will extract the PDF information. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's go to the inputs folder. So the OmniPage OCR text file got created. So this is how OmniPage OCR extracted the PDF information. So while selecting the OCR engine, the first thing we should consider is which OCR is correctly extracting the images data from the PDF files. Then we should consider the extracted format, which OCR engine extracted format is easier for you to extract the PDF fields information, right? I have taken three invoices, invoice 1, invoice 2 and invoice 3. All the invoices formats are same and those are text based PDF files. So let's see how we can extract invoice details like invoice number, date, due date, subtotal, tax and total details in all the invoices in the UiPath Studio. So first we will extract the details for one invoice and then we will apply the same logic for all the invoices. To start extracting the invoice details, first we need to read the PDF file. So as invoice PDF files are text based, I am using the read PDF text file activity. So here in the file name section we need to mention the input PDF file path. Then the output of the read PDF text activity will give us the string output. So let me create a variable str PDF text. So let me take a log message to display the extracted PDF text. So let's run the process and see how we are getting the PDF text. And this is the extracted PDF text. Now this is the extracted PDF text. For extracting the invoice details, we can use the regular expressions or we can use the string manipulation functions. In the string manipulation functions, we can use the index functions, we can use the substring, or we can use the split function. So here I am using the split function. The output of the split function will give us the array as output. So let's say I wanted to extract invoice number. So the identifier is invoice number colon, right? So if I split at invoice number colon, whatever the text is available before invoice number colon, that will be separated as separate string. After the invoice number colon, whatever the text is available, that will be considered as separate string. So the invoice number colon will be removed. Now we have two strings. This is the one and this is the another one. When it comes to array, so the array position will start from 0. So this will be considered as array of 0 and this will be considered as array of 1, right? So then we need to check at what array position the invoice number is available. So in this case, at array of 1, the invoice number is available. Then we need to check next to the invoice number what is the static text. So here slash r and slash n is the static text. So in this array of 1 we will going to split at slash r and slash n. Then after splitting at array of 0 we will get the invoice number, right? So let's see another scenario. Let's say I wanted to extract date, right? So here the identifier is date colon. So if I split at date colon, before the date colon whatever the text is available, that will be separate string. From date colon to the next date colon, the text will be considered as another string. From date colon to end, that will be considered as another string. So here we have three strings. So this is the array of 0, array of 1 and array of 2. So now we wanted to extract date. So here at array of 1 date is available. So next to the date the static text would be slash r and slash n. We will going to split at slash r and slash n and then at the array of 0 we will get the date. In case if you want to extract due date at array of 2 we have a due date. So we will going to split at slash r and slash n at array of 2. So after splitting at array of 0 we will get the due date, right? So let's implement this logic in the UiPath Studio. We can implement the split functionality in two ways in the UiPath Studio. We can use the extract text activity or else we can write a script to split the string. So first I will show you how to use the extract text to extract the invoice details. So let's search for extract text. In the source text we need to mention the extracted PDF text and then we need to mention the starting text and ending text, the fields that you wanted to extract. First I want to extract the invoice number, so the starting text would be invoice number colon and the end text would be slash r and slash n. So let me copy the invoice number colon. So in the previous section, we can find the extracted value. The output of the extract text, we have a string and array of string. In case in the previous section, if you found only one value, then we can create a variable for first extracted text. So that is in the string format, right? In case multiple matches are found, then we can create in the all extracted text. So the output would be array of string. So here we have only one match is found. So let me create a variable str invoice number. Then copy the activity. So now I want to extract the date. So date is starting with date colon and ending with slash r and slash n. Now in this scenario we have two matches are found because in the PDF text the date is coming in two times, right? So the first date would be date and the second date would be due date, right? So now I am going to create a variable for all extracted text. Now I don't need to extract separately for due date, right? So in the array dates at the 0 position we have a date and in the first position we have a due date, right? Now I want to extract the subtotal. So the subtotal starting keyword is subtotal and ending keyword is slash r and slash n. So we have a single match found. So let me create a variable str subtotal. So let's copy the activity to extract the tags. So in the starting text I have mentioned the tags. So only single match is found. So let me create a variable str tags. Now copy the activity and extract the total. The total keyword is available two times. One is at subtotal and another one is total, right? So what we can do is we can create a variable for all extracted text. Here we have multiple matches are found and I have created a variable for all extracted text and it is in the array format. So at the last array index position we will have a total details, right? So let's log all the details in the log message. So here I am going to mention the expression invoice number str invoice number environment.newline plus let's copy the expression. So the next value would be date. So the date is available array dates and it is available at 0 position and then due date is available array dates at the first position and then we have a subtotal str subtotal and then tags str tags and finally total. So total is available array totals at last position, so we can use the last function, right? So let's click on save. So let's save and run the process and verify the output. So now we have details: invoice number, date, due date, subtotal, tax, and total details, right? Now let's implement the same logic for all the invoices. So to iterate all the invoices, so we need to take activity for each file in folder activity. So here the invoices are available inputs folder, and I want to filter only PDF files. So star.pdf, then move the entire logic in the do section, right? So let's change the path, current file dot full name, and then so in the extract text, instead of text we need to mention the variable name. So here we should note one thing: in the source text now we are using the variable. In case in the start text or end text, if you are using only slash r slash n, we need to replace with environment dot new line. Else it will not recognize slash r slash n in the variable, so it will not going to extract the field details. So let me show you that example. So let's run the process. So here I am going to mention the invoice number, str invoice number, so it is showing null, right? So let's stop the process and replace this slash r slash n with the environment dot new line. Now let's save and run the process. Now it is extracting correctly, right? So let's use this environment dot new line in all the activities. Before the for each file in folder activity, I am going to take a build data table activity. So here I am going to mention the column name as file name, and then invoice number, date, due date, subtotal, tax, and total. So let me create a variable for data table dt. Here I am going to take add data row activity, add data row. So in the data table we need to pass the data table variable name. So here we need to pass all the required values. So first we have mentioned the file name. So current file dot name, Then invoice number str invoice number dot trim. So the trim will remove the extra spaces in the value, right? So then we have a date, array dates, and date is available at 0 position dot to string dot trim. Then due date, due date is available array dates at the first position, and then we have subtotal str subtotal dot trim, and then tags, and finally total. The total is available array totals at last index position, right? So let's click on save. I will going to create a Excel file. So I'm going to take a workbook activity, right range workbook activity. So here I'm going to mention the file path inputs slash invoice details dot xlsx, and the sheet name also invoice details, and the data is available in the dt variable. So I have enabled the add headers. Now let's save and run the process and verify the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's go to the inputs folder. So here invoice details Excel file got created. So let's open the file. So here we can see all the invoices details. So let's verify the details. So invoice 1 and invoice number 01234 and date 11 to 2030 and due date 11/3/2030, and we have subtotal 400, 10% tax, and total 440. Now we have invoice 2. So invoice number 2233 and the date is 10/6/2030 and due date 11/6/2030, subtotal 420, tax 15, and 385 is the total. Now invoice 3. So invoice number 5566, date 1/1/2030 and due date 1/2/2030 and subtotal 360 and tax 5% and total 300, right? So all the details are extracted correctly. Now let's see the second approach, writing the script for the split functionality to extract the invoice details. So basically for this script, so we don't need to take any assign activity. So directly we can write in the add data row. So let me remove the extract text activities. So the file name is common. So here in the str invoice number place, I'm going to write a script for a split functionality to extract the invoice number. So here the PDF text is available, str PDF text variable dot split new string. So here we need to mention the invoice number identifier, that is invoice number colon comma string split options dot none. So this expression will give us the array of 2. So means now we have split here and we have these two text. Now the invoice number is available at array of 1, right? So here I am going to mention one index and then I am going to trim to remove the empty spaces. So then again I will add a split, new str environment dot new line string split options dot none. Now we have split at slash r and slash n. So at 0 position we have a invoice number. So here I am going to mention 0 and then I am going to use trim to remove the extra spaces, right? So now this is the total expression to extract the invoice number. Now let's extract the date. For date, we need to mention date colon. So the remaining expression would be the same. So for due date, so we can use the same expression, right? And then here we can mention the position as 2. Why? Because so if you split at date colon, so this is the one string and this would be the another string and this is the another string. Now we have extracted the date at first position. Now the due date is available at second position, right? So so here we can mention the due date colon and then we can mention first position as well. So in the both the ways we can extract. Now subtotal. So the identifier is subtotal, then tags, and finally total. So here for total, so we have multiple matches are formed, right? So we have subtotal and total. So if you take the last index, then we will get the total details, right? So instead of mentioning the uh, index position, I am going to replace with last function, right? So these are the expressions to extract the invoice details. So let's click on save. So let's change the file name invoice details one. So let's run the process and verify the output. We have an exception, so let's stop the process and re-verify the expressions that we have written. Yes, so here for subtotal, so we need to mention the index position as 1 and for tags also we need to mention index position as 1. So now let's save and run the process. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's go to the inputs folder. We have invoice details one file got created. So let's open the Excel file. So let's open the first file that we have created. So in the both the approaches, so the same details got extracted, right? With GenAI activities in UiPath Studio, we need two prerequisites. One is we need to install UiPath.documentUnderstanding.activities package in the dependencies, and the another one is we need to enable the document understanding service in the connected tenant. So first let me install the UiPath.documentUnderstanding.activities package in the dependencies. For that we need to go to the manage packages, click on official and search for document understanding. So this is the activity UiPath.documentUnderstanding.activities. Choose the latest version and click on install and click on save. Now the package got installed. So go to the activities and search for document understanding. So these are all the activities under document understanding. To extract the document information, we can use the activity extract document data. Right now, I have disabled the document understanding service in the connected tenant. So let's see if you try to use this activity, what will happen. So we are getting the exception, right? So let's enable the document understanding service in the connected tenant. To enable the document understanding service, so we need to go to the admin. Then we need to select the tenant that we have connected. Then click on services. So here we have a document understanding. Click on these three dots and click on enable. In the document understanding, I have created three projects. So let me go to the document understanding. So here we have three projects are available. These projects can be reflected while you are using the GenAI activities. So let me go to the UiPath Studio. So let me delete and let's take the same activity again. Now it is not showing any error, right? So in the document understanding project, so if you click this drop down, so you can find the predefined ML model, generative model, and the project that we already created in the document understanding, right? For the selected tenant, if you don't have access to the document understanding, still you can able to access the document understanding functionalities by using the external application details. So let's take in a scenario, we have two cloud accounts are available, organization 1 and organization 2. In the organization 1, we have three tenants are available, dev, UAT and prod. The document understanding service is enabled only for the prod account. So to access the prod account's document understanding functionalities in the dev tenant, we can create an external application. So with that external application details, we can access the prod account's document understanding functionalities in the dev tenant. So let's take another scenario. So in the entire organization 1, we don't have document understanding is enabled. So the document understanding is available outside the organization. So in this case, we can just consider organization 2. So to access the document understanding functionalities in the organization 2, in the organization 1, we can create an external application in the organization 2, and with that external application details, we can access the document understanding functionalities in the organization 2 in the organization 1. Let me show you how to create external application and how we can connect to document understanding outside the tenant or outside the organization. So this is the another cloud account. So to create the external application, we need to go to the admin and go to external applications. So here we need to click on add application. Here we need to give a application name. So I'm mentioning the Gen AI testing. Then we need to click on add scopes. So in the resource section, we need to mention for which service you are creating the application. So I am selecting the document understanding. So we need to select the user scopes and the application scopes. Click on save. So in the redirect URL, we need to mention the tenant URL where the document understanding is enabled. So here I am mentioning the tenant URL. Then click on add. So with that, we will have app ID and app secret. So with this app ID and app secret, we can connect to the document understanding outside the tenant or outside the organization. So let me copy the app ID. So here in the extract document data, we have a design time external connection is available. So here in the app ID section, I am mentioning the app ID. I am copying the app secret. Then we need to mention the tenant URL where the document understanding is enabled. And click on connect to tenant. Now we have connected to the different document understanding. So basically in the new cloud account, I don't have created any projects in the document understanding. So if I click this document understanding project drop down, so we should have only predefined ML model and GenAI model. Right. So in the runtime, we need to save the app id and app secret in the asset credential, and we need to mention the asset credential name, and the same thing for the tenant url where the document understanding is enabled, we need to mention here. Right. So to extract the document information, so in the extract document data activity, in the input section, we need to select the PDF file path. And then in the document understanding project, so we need to choose the generative model. In the extractor, we have a few options are available based on the uh, document complexity and variation. So we need to choose the extractor. So here I'm selecting the simple layout extractor. So in the document type details, so we need to mention the what fields information you wanted to extract and the relevant prompt for the field extraction. Right. So here this is the input file that I have uploaded. So let's see how we can extract the PO number, PO date, grand total, subtotal, tax, and vendor details and line item details. So in the field name, we need to mention the field that you wanted to extract. So I mentioned the PO number. In the instruction, we need to mention the prompt to extract the relevant field. So there is no fixed format to mention the prompt. So as per your document complexity and variation, so we need to mention the prompt. So here I am mentioning the prompt like get PO number from the document, right? So in the same way, I am going to mention the other fields. PO date, I am using the same prompt, date, and then grand total. subtotal, tax, and then vendor details, and finally line item details. Right? So click on save. Then we need to create a variable for the document data. So let me create a variable. Then let me take one message box to display the output. So here I am going to mention the expression like PO number. So the data is available in the document data, uh, and then data dot. So here whatever the field that we have mentioned, those field will be displayed here. So PO number dot toString. So and then the remaining details I wanted to display in the next line. So for that I am going to use environment dot new line. So the next value PO date, and then grand total, subtotal, and vendor details, and line item details. So let's click on save. Now let's run the process and verify the output. So these are the extracted details. So let's verify these details with the input file. So the PO number extracted correctly, but I don't want this PO hash keyword in the extracted PO number. We will change the prompt. PO date extracted correctly, grand total extracted correctly, and then subtotal is correctly extracted. The tax amount we missed to add in the message box, we will add. The vendor details, so the vendor details are extracted correctly, right? So the line item details are not extracted correctly. We will change the prompt and we will recheck. Done. Okay. So the first thing, we will add the tax amount here. So in the PO number, I don't want this PO hash. So I want only the numeric characters. So here I am going to change the prompt extracted keyword should have only numeric characters, right? Click on save. Now let's save and run the process and let's see. Now we have only numeric characters in the pivot number and we have a tax amount, right? So now we need to work on the line item details, right? So let's click on OK. Let me change the prompt. So here I am going to give a prompt extract all the headers and rows information. Each column should be separated with pipe and each row should be separated with new line and extracted details should be same as PDF format. So let's try this prompt. So let me put a breakpoint here. So let's run the process. So let me add an expression here to extract the line items details. So document data dot line items dot value. So this is the extracted information. So let me copy this information, stop the process. So here I am going to take a generate data table from text activity. Click on option. In the sample input I am mentioning the extracted information. So here I am changing the options. So use the first row as column headers, selecting the format as custom, and here in the column separator I am going to mention the column separator as pipe and the new line separator as /n and click on preview. So we are able to extract the information, right? So click on OK. Let me create a variable data. So here in the input section I am going to mention the line items extracted value, document data dot line items dot value, right? Now let's run the process and verify the output. So let me add a dt variable here. So these are all the line item details are extracted. So let me compare these details with the invoice. 100. So the details are extracted correctly and we are able to convert them in the tabular format, right? So these are all the details. Now let's change the input file and let's see with the same prompt are we able to extract the information. Okay. So let's run the process and verify the output. So let me open the PDF file that I have uploaded. So this is the PDF file I have uploaded. So these are the details. So let's verify the details. So the details are correct. Let's continue. So the PO number 521793 is correct and PO date 10/8/2023 is correct. Grand total 3752 is correct. Subtotal 3350 is correct. Tax, sales tax percent 12. So for the tax, so it is extract in the tax percentage instead of amount. So we can change the prompt to extract the amount. The vendor details. So the details are correct, right? And the line item details. So let's click on. So here for the tax, I am going to change the prompt. Instead of tax, I am going to mention the tax amount. So let's save and run the process and verify the output. So let's continue. So now it is extracting the tax amount. So let's verify the tax. Here the tax details 402, right? So it is extracting correctly. If you want to iterate all the invoices, so what we can do, we can take for each file in the folder activity. So here we need to mention the folder path. So in this case, inputs is the folder path. So filter by option, you can mention the only PDF files. So for that we can mention star.pdf. Then we can move the activities in the do section. So in the input section, so here we need to mention the file path as dynamic. So for that I am going to mention current file dot full name, right? Now let's save and run the process and verify the output. So this is the first invoice details, and this is the second invoice details, right? Right now these Gen AI activities are in the preview stage. If you want to use these activities, please go through the documentation and understand how many AI units will be consumed for each page, and then we can use these activities.